Well, welcome back to the Mad LiberTEA party where up is down, left is right, and the rules don't matter because nobody cares anymore. Fuck the rules. How's everybody doing here? Is there anybody in yet? We've got one person here, and hold on, I'm sorry about the picture.
You
Let me
look like
get,
from a horror movie, like The Thing. You remind me of Kurt Russell's character.
I know, right? And for some reason, it's not showing I3 at all, so I've got to figure that out. Sorry, y'all.
Hi there.
Just give me a
Yes,
second.
I
It's been a long week, and this is not making it any easier. Oh, I think I figured it out. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I've got this. And aha!
ah, we're live. We're back. We
There
haven't
we
been.
go.
It was the last time
Everything
we actually
is,
on a live stream was probably 8 months ago,
yeah, it's
six
been a
months
little
ago maybe.
while. It's been just a little while, you know. Let me settle my camera in here. I'm fluffy.
Well,
This
that's an
is not the
understatement.
boat. The
That is,
boat is the boat is at the bottom of the ocean.
well, technically, it's off the coast of Washington.
Well, yeah, but that's still like the ocean
That is not
technically.
the ocean. That's a bay. I can research that.
It's a
You didn't go
sea.
beyond the internet.
It's
You
a
didn't go
sea.
beyond international waters, so you were still on the coast of Washington.
Well, that's not true. We actually did go into Canadian waters and stuff like that, but
Oh,
we didn't
okay.
actually stay there cuz the weather was bad and we were like, "Fuck, let's go south and stay in a different bay." We were like shooting down across the water. That's another story though. Like there's been a lot of stories and I'm just kind of like taking a little bit of time to let people like show up and everything like that. This is kind of like different. We haven't been doing a lot of live streams lately cuz we've been so damn busy and there's been like one accident and emergency after another and drama and all sorts of other things keeping us super busy and incapable of keeping the show going. Um, and I figured that we could discuss what we hold on just a second.
You need
One
to
second.
let Deco in. He wants in. Not sure how you're going to
Does
manage
he
that.
not have the link in the back?
He's in the private chat right now.
Oh,
He's
I'm dumb.
backstage.
Okay, y'all, patience with me. I'm having a long week. I'm having a bad week. I'm going to get Deco.
He's having a day. He's having a day.
I'm having a day.
There he
Yeah,
There we
I
is.
am.
go.
Do you
The
hear
full
me?
retard. What happened to your other name?
I'm changing names all the time.
Well, I like your glasses, dude.
Yo, look,
they're
look, look, look,
wonky.
look. If they will put, I hope they have little charge, but
Ah, you got one. Yes, he's got my glasses.
Oh my god, you got
not
it.
cheap.
Glowing
It's cheap
glasses.
as fuck. And I have still my default text from my last 3 a.m. escarpade, which basically says in German, fanboys over cis woman.
Oh
Because
my
I made the
god.
bold statement, men are better in everything, even being women.
Well,
We're
you might want to
canceled
talk to
now. We're
Nick
Huh?
Fuentes
canceled
about
now. I hope you're happy. We didn't even
I
get into the episode and we're canceled.
you
Are we cancelled? I don't know.
talk to Nick Fuentes about being a femboy.
I don't want to talk to Nick Fuentes about shit. That dude makes me want to fucking beat him with a shoe.
Oh, careful, Mike. You might like that. Uh,
If
his
I find him enjoying it, I'm gonna charge his ass.
his audience might like that. Actually, they're troll. Dave Smith and Nick Fuentes went on the kill stream with Ralph Report, and there's a lot of trolling going on in chat. And I'm like, well,
Ew.
what happens if you get 4chan and TikTok together? You got this chat going on, so
Please no.
That
it's
sounds terrifying. I'm not sure that I like that.
the storm that wrecked your boat that you had last week. The storm that hit your boat, Mike, came through the Midwest. And that storm that hit the Midwest about 2.5 days ago in the U.S. was one of the biggest non-hurricane storms ever to hit the U.S.
Yeah. Like, we were not the only people who were ravaged by this storm.
No,
And
no.
NOAA gave reports all over the place about how bad they thought it was going to be, but they had no idea. It was way worse than their reports were saying it was going to be. Like, here, they were saying that it was going to be like, the worst it was going to be was like 35 to 40 knots, like
Yeah.
3.5 foot waves. No, it was like 50,
He's talking
45,
to
50
me.
knots with like almost 10-foot waves. And I mean, I swear to God, we saw some really huge ones, and it was fucking wild. Like, and I was hearing out there while we were out there, I was hearing about people having problems and having to go help in other places where the weather is hit. This season is different. It's just
I've noticed
worse.
that. Yeah.
It's just worse everywhere in every way. And even though, like, and those of you who are tuning in and don't know what happened, we did lose the boat. We almost lost our freaking lives, but we're okay. We had minor injuries. We're recovering from them. We're trying to do some fundraising so that we can continue our trip forward to just get back to Arkansas. Um, Not just fundraising or any either. Like, if anybody out there along the route wants to offer us like rides or a couch or anything like that, we can try to do some gas money and stuff like that and everything. That would be deeply appreciated. Just advice in the areas and stuff that we'll be going through and everything. Just stay tuned, because we're gonna continue to document and save videos and photos and all sorts of things as we go, because, like, this is an experience. Like, when we're out here in these kinds of places living, I kept telling people, like, this is freer than I have ever felt before. Just the way that we're living and the life that we're in right now.
I believe you. A question
It's
is, which
dangerous though. There's no safety nets. And we all know that there's a risk that you can mess up and things can go really wrong. And we're really lucky that it didn't cost us our lives. But, like, you don't just stop then. Like, we're going
Mhm.
back to a place we can rest, and we're going to get another boat and go back out there.
The question is, what are you gonna do with the boat? Are you gonna leave it where it is?
Um, I don't want to talk about that on the video, but I will say
Great.
that when I will say that, like, there were a lot of things on that boat that locals could have used to make their lives much easier during this very bad weather that's coming up, and they probably could have gone and gotten all of that, especially given the instruction and careful information that they were dropped about all of it. But that's all, like, could be. I have no idea. Um, I'm not. I'm not in charge of the boat. I don't know much about the boat. Liz is obviously not here.
I mean, where
That's all I'm
where
gonna
are
say
you
about
right
it.
now? Looks like I don't know, like a
I'm in a storage facility
yeah,
in,
like
like, I
are you
don't
next to the
know.
boat or what? Did you fish the boat out, or is it still
Um, the
floating?
boat is not floating. The boat has like a 10-foot fucking hole in it.
Okay, so it's basically at the shores, half sunken. I don't know.
I mean, allegedly. But yeah, we basically lost pretty much everything, and
Okay, so
between I was able to come up with like we have a camp worth of gear left over, and everything else is gone.
okay, that I mean, under the circumstances, that's better than, I don't know, the worst case. I mean,
Oh
uh,
yeah, if we'd have been on that boat, we would have died. Like there's no
okay.
fucking way we could have gotten off during the storm while we were fighting for our lives for like 6 hours straight.
Oh,
Um the dinghy line, the brand new line of the brand new dinghy or whatever, it just snapped. There was no sign of any wear or anything like that. It just the storm was that powerful that it just snapped the whole line.
mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
so
Okay,
yeah, if
okay.
we'd have been, and we spent 2 days struggling to try and get back to the boat so that we could try and save her, and that just was not something that was gonna be able to happen. I mean, to be honest, like for a day after that, most people were kind of afraid to go out on the water. It was not
I
pretty.
I believe you. Do you have
Somebody
also?
was willing to loan us a kayak, but by the time it
It
got to that,
was delayed.
it
Okay.
was too late.
Yeah, I get it. My what else? Did you lose like what we have? What I suggested you as like foreign aid stuff.
Yes.
So basically, the water next to the ship is basically drinkable because of that PNG clean clean water supplies. Like there's a bag where you can put it into water and it gets
There is
when you
water in
stir
the
it.
water.
No, no, I mean
Yeah,
it gets sanitized. So basically, yeah, you it's like
somewhere out there, there's water in the water.
no, I mean next to the dirty salt water, it basically became drinkable water. I mean with salt, of course. I mean, holy shit! If you could somehow with very little effort remove salt out of water, you basically become a fucking millionaire.
um,
It's a
well,
technology
I
you can
mean,
export to the Middle
the,
East.
we still have that sequence object coming to
Sequence?
us. Yes, okay, so there's like I talked about this before a little while back. There is a startup that we invested in that basically can turn like anything like sea, mud, water, anything into like drinkable water, right? And
Okay.
it's foot pump powered,
Okay.
and you can get them for like 100, $200.
Okay, like
And
invested in the
so like
company or in a unit?
we invested in we invested in their startup, and
Ah,
they're
okay.
sending us some units, and we were going to use them on the boat, but like we can still test them out and use them and tell people about how they are and everything like that. I'm really excited to still get those because that could revolutionize shit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, sounds good. So basically, it came out of the free folk part to make the free folk part more independent from free folk people to help free folk people. That was a weird sentence.
Well, that was a lot of free folk. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but I love it.
I mean,
I'm
the
still
idea
in a
is,
meme.
I, I mean, okay, the definition of free folk is pretty straightforward. No, the idea was like with the
Yeah.
money which is abundant to invest, so we get a cut back, so we don't have to ask people, and we can help people with the surplus.
Yeah, like we donated on the level where they're gonna send us a unit, and they donate a unit in our name to some
Ah, okay.
people in
Ah,
like
that kind.
Africa
I
and
felt like
shit.
you have kind of a share there. Like
Yeah.
there's a Mad LiberTEA party share in the company.
Well, we didn't donate on that level. We're not that rich yet, but like
Okay, I don't
it
know.
was definitely something that like was worth putting money into. And like
Look,
they've been very informative all the way through the process and stuff, even though COVID
That's
has
true.
caused them to slow their production just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I feel like okay, look, a share is not that expensive. I feel like okay, is that a kind of crowdfunding,
I mean, honestly, if they
penny
do
stock
decide
stuff?
to like make themselves into a company or something, that would definitely be
Okay,
something I would buy shares in. I don't think they're like a full on company or anything, though. I think it's just a group of people
that
trying to
sounds
make this
based.
thing.
Yeah,
It is pretty neat. You can go see, you can go like look it up on YouTube, and they have some videos and stuff about how it works and shit.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like, honestly, if by the way it looks, like, I'm sure we could, like, 3D print at least chunks of these things.
But for mass production, 3D printing is not perfect unless I don't know.
That's
Maybe you
true.
want mass customization, but that's next level shit.
Yes, I want leopard print water machines
Well, sheesh.
with
Uh,
with Pegasus wings.
yeah, well, that adds to the price.
Yeah,
Imagine like UNICEF dropping those things on Africa, and they're like, "Why is this one unicorn shaped and this one Pegasus shaped? Just send us more. We don't care about the customization."
we just
Can you
want
give
one
us?
that has a lot of dicks on it.
Hey, Mike, someone asked for the name of the company.
I don't think they have a company. The thing is called the Sea Quench.
The sequence. I mean,
I'm sorry. The Quench Sea. I did
the
it
Quench
backwards.
Sea.
It's the Quench Sea.
Okay,
Like
but do they have a Facebook page?
QUENCH. They have a Indiegogo
Okay,
page.
Indiegogo. So basically,
And
there's
they
at
have
least a
some YouTube
platform to
videos up.
order.
Yeah, they have an
Oh
Indiegogo page
no!
and they have a YouTube
You're
channel.
losing battery, Deco. And that company, the only time I've heard about it was when you mentioned it. I'm usually on Angel Co. or
Well, they
there are
have
other.
enough support to already be doing it. I mean, they got all the support that they needed, so
Okay,
that was good. But honestly, the only reason why I found out about them was because I couldn't sleep one night and I went down a bazillion freaking startup rabbit holes, basically.
that's
Oh yeah,
normal for you, Deco. I mean,
yeah. The rabbit holes I have found. Holy shit! And
Yeah,
to make
it was like finding a little hole in the wall restaurant that nobody knows about, basically.
well, I don't know. The rabbit holes I am deep into. You better don't want to visit them. I mean, basically, I'm part of like the biggest rabbit hole in the German
Hey now,
internet,
I keep
and
telling everybody that the rabbit hole costs extra.
the rabbit hole costs extra. I mean,
Everywhere but the rabbit hole
that
costs extra.
I mean, for me, that sounds like a code word for anal cost extra.
Oh
It's
god.
like Alice and Wonderland language.
So like we do have some new stuff that's coming up with MLTP because like people want to start getting back into
Sequin,
creating
sure.
content and actually doing stuff again. And since we're not going to be on a boat where we don't have signal and stuff like that very often, like there might be some weeks where we're not as available because like maybe we're out in the middle of the wilderness, but like a lot of times like
Ah, I
we'll
found
be
it.
able to like hook in and do some
It's
shit.
look 5-8. It's spelled like that. QUENCHSEA.
Yes.
No, it's Quench Sea.
Yeah, like quench your thirst, CSEA.
Yeah. It's a UK thing by
That's
Hydro
pretty
Wind
neat.
Energy. Turn
Oh
seawater into
no,
fresh
I'm still
water.
here. Yeah, isn't that cool?
Looks great. I just don't have any use for it because I yeah I don't have
Well,
any
I
use.
mean, yeah, obviously, if you're not going to be around a lot of seawater and stuff like that, you won't have much use for it. But like when we're gonna definitely take it to a place where we can test it, and then when we get the new boat, we'll be using it out there too.
I mean
Um,
I
honestly, though, We are planning on getting a better boat. We're gonna take a little bit more time and work together on getting one, and it's gonna have like water systems in it. So like those will be our backups to the water system because
Hmm.
the plumbing was dicked up on the other boat. There were a few
Okay.
things that were messed up with it, and like we just like we're gonna make sure that we have everything all nice and fixed up and stuff.
$130. It depends on conversion rate. I think I saw it in Swiss francs. I mean, maybe they typed it in British pounds. Sheesh. Or they changed prices. I don't
I
know.
don't know if they changed prices or not. I got in where I don't remember how much we donated. I'd have to actually pull that up and look. I've got records, but I can't remember how much it was.
Ugh. Yeah. Um. Okay.
But anyways, like we're gonna be having some old faces come back and start doing more stuff. Like I've been talking with Furious Redneck, and he wants to do some like historical discussions about how anarchist actions and communities and stuff like that actually affect and take effect and how they work and how they don't work and things of that
Mm.
nature. And we
Sounds good.
have Max talking about coming back to do some 3D printing news and stuff of that nature, which is
Sheesh.
kind of exciting.
I mean, I have a topic which I already gave on up, which I planned to
Oh,
do with Max, but in the end, I think we didn't do that because I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm gonna do something like when let's start telling him with a joke. The CIA, the German intelligence agency, walk into a Swiss pub and order a mass fucking operation. Oh no, that's not a joke. That really happened.
oh God. You wish
Yeah.
it was a joke, right?
Okay, that's gonna be great. Do you remember when Israel and Palestine signed that treaty with Jimmy Carter? You're silent.
Oh God, what happened? Did we lose him? Can you hear me
Lose,
now?
lose who?
I don't see
Who
Deco.
do we? The website says it's 130. Oh, never mind. I don't see Deco either.
Here
I
he is.
was donating.
Here I am. Yeah, I was in the
Oh, there
backstage
he
back.
is.
Yeah, he's a full retard. All right.
He keeps going to the backstage. I don't know what's wrong. Well, what the hell?
I'm so-
I mean, I didn't do anything.
Technical difficulties. I
Do,
didn't
do,
mean.
do, do, do,
I
do,
don't know
do,
what
do.
happened.
Okay. Maybe the
There.
feds were like, shut up, shut up. That's too much. Okay. It
Let's
went like
stop
that.
speaking.
Do you remember when the Israelis and the Palestinians signed a contract at Camp David with Jimmy Carter?
I don't know if I was alive then.
Look, someone remembers. Do you remember when Pinochet took over?
yes, but he's not. He's not the real fascist.
That does not matter. That
Yes, it
does not
does.
matter. Look,
Technically,
that's
Mussolini was
not
a
even.
better fascist than Pinochet.
Look, that's not my point, which I want to do. I mean, I don't mention first Camp David and then Pinochet
You
without a
Pinochet
cause.
gross.
The reason because I mentioned that is basically um, because the Palestinians and the socialist Chileans used machines produced in Switzerland, where there was a backdoor in the encryption mechanism, which which the CIA and the German intelligence agency knew how to use that backdoor. So basically, during the Camp David stuff, Carter could read what the Palestinians were discussing over that encrypted machines, and the CIA to help Pinochet to stage a coup because they could read the socialist government's messages. decades this shit worked. I don't know how we got there, but
I
I'm
don't know how
curious.
we got there either.
I know. I wanted to tell. I made the episode with Max about that, and he tells me something about nuclear health.
Yes. So like we have more episodes and different kinds of content that we want to get going, and like
Hmm.
I'm still going to be stopping in and doing, and I'm going to start doing mic drops and stuff more often
Yep.
again. Some of them might be shorts, and I mean if any of you guys in the team have any like quick drops you guys want to put up there, we can upload them to the shorts and stuff
Oh
like
yeah, I
that
can do
too.
something.
Um, but
Uh,
I'm gonna start trying to take advantage of those because I can also upload the shorts to like Instagram and Twitter and stuff relatively easily
nice.
as well, just to do random thoughts and updates and stuff like that. And
Uh,
like I'm still gonna be like using this opportunity to show people how they can do stuff. Like one of the
mhm.
major things that I really moves me in all of this is that like you know how like we're always talking about how like you've got to build up your community and we have to reach out to each other and help each other and
Mhm.
stuff, and like so many people have like come out of the woodworks to offer us support and help in so many different formats that like I mean I feel like in a way like this is a big victory for us because like the community itself is strong, and this is like something that has like really made that super clear to me because like and that's good because like I have anxiety for it. I'm always like, what happens when shit starts to fall apart? Will we be able to help each other?
Mhm.
So like that kind of takes a huge weight off of my shoulders. And I mean, like with libertarians and anarchists, we're always talking about how we've got to bring the community back and step away from the other stuff. This is like a perfect example of how that works.
Cool. I mean, I have an idea for shorts which I can produce. Okay, quick question because I know nothing about COVID situation in the US. For Washington State specifically, if you know that, if not, tell me how it was in Arkansas. What do you need to visit a restaurant?
I mean, in Arkansas, like sometimes you need a mask. Here, you have to have a mask to get in, and to get into like bars and stuff like that, you usually have to prove that you've been tested or that you've been vaccinated. It's
Okay,
I
very
or
can
you
tell
had a
you.
contradictory out here.
I
Like
can
you
tell
have to
you.
have vaccination records for a bunch of stuff.
okay. Look, starting Monday, we have like a next level fucking shit. Okay, for restaurants and clubs, or there are special. It's a really clusterfuck. But let me summarize. For a restaurant, you have to do these things. Uh, Either you had the Rona, you are vaccinated against the Rona, or you are tested. You can enter. The no, wait, sorry. Are be having the Rona does not, no, being tested does not count. You have to have a vaccination record and or having the Rona, and you have to sit down to consummate. And if you do not consummate and or stand up, you have to wear a mask.
Ugh.
Now, next level thing. If you
Oh,
are
my
in
hair is
a
all bad.
if you're in a club and you don't want to have ridiculous things like you can drink only when you sit down and you dance with a fucking mask, you have to be vaccinated or had the Rona once, and you have to bring a fucking test.
Oh my god. Like I don't honestly, even if I was like if I was vaccinated, I would be running around like not like making lists and not going to places that were requiring
Look,
that shit
I mean,
because like
this is
it's nightmarish. Okay, hold on. In Bellingham, there is a fucking bar that is super proud of how it was a prohibition bar and they, like stood against the government and did the beer and did the alcohol and everything like that, right?
yeah.
Well, they're doing mask mandate shit. So you
Oh
have
no.
their fucking sign about how proud they are of being like a prohibition bar and everything with the
Yeah.
mask mandate shit on top of it.
I
And I'm
mean,
just like, are you kidding me?
I mean, I'm not mad at them. I'm sad because back then government did not work today how it worked today because you have to look at a historic how historic things were. The thing is, people which drank back then, they were like ordinary people. They it's like basically everyone being against ruling. I mean, today it's more split. Back then, it was like you don't want, for example, to arrest your own family or your own people, and police was not paid well enough, so they took bribes or they simply didn't care because they really thought this was stupid. Because today you can bring the health argument, or I don't know, in Germany the narrative you killing your grandma was a long-standing popular. I mean, look, what I hate most is this thing is so multiple splitted. It's basically ripping apart like a common base because you have people which are not vaccinated and are pissed off about the thing about the mandate, and then you have people which are vaccinated and are pissed off of the mandate, and then you have people which push the narrative.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, that's how it is everywhere. Like, the capital they, quote unquote, they are using this to divide us up in all new ways again. Like, as if we weren't divided enough. Like,
Mhm.
I feel like they can feel they can feel their grip slipping on people. I mean, if you look around the world, like I've said a bazillion times, like the past couple of years, everything is basically always on fire right now. And I think that they're nervous. I think that's why they're
Mhm.
trying to find new ways to divide
Yeah.
us and why they take special interest in attacking the groups that are trying to unite people.
Yeah. I mean, look, I can make some Swiss ice spike drops if you're into that. I mean, we starting Monday with that new mandate. But look, I was angry at the first, but now I thought a bit and thought like maybe this isn't bad. Not because I support that narrative, more because it's an accelerationist practice. Imagine businesses going bust one after one. Like imagine if people get jobless, tax
I
income gets shrinked.
yeah. The answer to MP 538 3364. I love this saying that. Yes, you will have problem traveling across the U.S. without being vaccinated if you're flying. If
Yes,
you're not
probably
flying,
so.
you can drive, but driving to Canada is going to be hard to do. You would have to
Right
actually walk
now,
across the border, literally. You can get tested. You'll have to have masks. But if you fly across domestically or
Does,
internationally into Canada, you have to be vaccinated.
does
yeah,
this
as
also?
far as I know, that even if you are vaccinated, if you travel into Canada, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks, as
What?
well as, or at least that's how it is when you're coming from the water.
Uh,
Also, like, as far as I know right now, bus and train only require you to wear masks.
what if you want to drive from Washington State to Alaska at by Canada by car?
You'd have to quarantine in Canada and then go to Alaska.
Is this? Are they fucking serious?
Yeah, like they're dead
Yes,
serious.
I mean,
Like
look, Canada
I
is
am
like, yeah,
honestly, I'm really concerned for some of like the
Can
free
I?
folk in Canada that aren't in a rural area and shit like that. Because like I have been seeing some serious fucking tyranny coming from
they're
this
close to
place.
Australian type of tyranny.
Oh fuck my life.
The quarantine camps are coming to Canada, and now they're discussing it in Oregon, Washington, New York State.
Yeah, Washington. I've heard mention of it in rumor
Yeah,
at least. I don't know. I don't know the weight of that or the details of it, but I have heard it about it
it's going to have
here.
to be taken to the courts.
I
Right now,
mean,
the federal court is playing ping pong with Biden's mandate for vaccinations with businesses with 100 or more employees. And so the federal court struck that down, saying Biden can go ahead and do that. And another federal court and another side of the country has put that on a stay. So you got two different federal courts arguing with each other. So this is probably going to go to the Supreme Court.
okay. Um, as we're there, I recalled because I was planning like a date and I wanted to go into a spa, but they had the new fucking extended mandate shit where I need to be vaccinated or had the Rona, and plus either I had to have a valid test to carry there, or I need a vaccine which was injected.
Oh my god, it happened again.
It happened
I don't
again.
know what is happening to Deco.
Okay. To answer his inquiry about restaurants, I have forgotten when the last time I wore a mask in Alabama in a restaurant. In
Okay.
fact, I've gone to the point to where I don't necessarily think about needing a mask anymore, if that makes sense. I've gotten to the point to where I am actively anti-mask.
I mean, I have a question. How does it feel when you eat chili con carne and then you burp into your mask?
I've
Oh,
not had
it's
that issue, Tico,
disgusting.
but I guess you have.
That's disgusting,
Okay.
y'all. What's wrong with
Yeah.
you?
No, I'm just I mean I have to ask Fauci that, like, did you ever try this?
I don't think Fauci's ever tried to wear a mask properly anyway.
I
Um,
mean, I don't
yeah,
know.
I listened to Tom Wood's show podcast earlier today, and he was talking to some New York Post writer or journalist, and she's getting the heck out of New York City. And I'm
Hmm.
listening to these two people lamenting that they're leaving New York City, and it became like a conversation to where I just wanted to have my fingernails scratched across chalkboard if I had fingernails. Um, I just don't see why a person is attached to a city per se, and you should never be attached to a city or politicians that run that city. And
Yeah,
what
I
I
don't
also
get
think
that.
is that
I mean, I don't understand when you're attached to Cuomo, but I don't know. I don't understand why you mean it's bad to be attached to NYC.
yeah, well, I don't I've never someone could probably give me this in the chat, but I've always been flummoxed of, oh, I'm gonna miss my city, I'm gonna miss my hometown. The most I've been homesick about was
Man,
my
I do
parents, not
not
a
miss
hometown.
my hometown. I miss some of the people, but
Okay,
by
you.
God, I don't ever want to go back to that place again. Fuck that shit.
I mean, okay, that's a different story because I know it. But I mean, I'm gonna miss my hometown when I ever leave because I lived here for 24 fucking years.
Well, to as far as like MP is saying over there, I'm not in Bellingham anymore. I've already started this trip. But the idea is to kind of like bounce back and forth between like rides and buses and stuff like that.
Okay,
Probably
cool.
some backpacking, but not until we get until I get to a much more southern area. I'm not doing any backpacking because like the weather this season has already tried to kill
Yeah.
me multiple
Don't
times, and I'm
uh,
just not interested in trying it out.
don't try to ride trains like on cargo trains. That's gonna kill you.
No, I'm not gonna train jump. I'm just not doing that right now, okay? No train jumping.
No. Try to do the legitimate way. Like
It's not as easy as it used to be.
it's I mean it's
It's
hard
a
as
lot
fuck.
more dangerous now too, so
Yeah, so
it's
get
just
a
not what it used to be. Like if
get
it was
train
like
tickets.
that, I'd be like, fuck it, let's just train all the way back. Let's just train hop and shit like that. That'd be great, but it's not at all what it used to be.
So better, I don't know, buy a Amtrak ticket and then yeah, just do the hopping.
But I mean like and there's more options than just like the major lines. Like there's all sorts of like charters and like regional lines and like
Ah,
you
of
can
course.
public transit hop from one end of California to the other almost, like with a few exceptions and stuff like that. So
Cool.
like I mean it's probably not going to be the most luxurious and awesome trip ever, but we're
Mm-mm.
gonna make it. And if we can, we're still gonna try and like make stops along the way and stuff like that. Some of those are gonna be out of necessity, like, hey, can I stay with you? Just like one night, let me use your shower, motherfucker. Um, but like, all those times I was gonna hit people, well, might be a necessity in the near future. Um, it's kind of a bitch right now because all of this happened right before Christmas, and traveling it before Christmas is not super cost
Nope.
effective or simple because like there's a lot of places that are all booked up. Like I was like, we'll just stay still, right? Like most of those are full too. It's just crazy. Like we're gonna be able to do it and everything like that, but like man, it's gonna be an adventure. Um fuck. Fuck. Like
Fuck.
my god, I don't know. Like I could tell zillion stories, both good and bad, from this entire thing. Like we have done
Yeah.
everything I can think of, and there are stories that I would love to tell. I'm not allowed to tell on YouTube.
Oh fuck.
Um, like it's just
Is it about
this.
violence or sex?
That's a subscribe star Patreon
No
thing, dude.
comment.
Oh
Um,
yeah. No, we have Subscribe Star. We have
we do have
Subscribe
the
Star.
subscribe star. We've
Uh,
had a few people like drop recently because of harder times and stuff like that. But
yeah.
like it's still there and it's still helping us with the bills. And we recently just shaved off a bunch of bills because Deco got our emails running, and we're gonna start offering emails to our subscribe star people too. Though you're gonna have
Yeah.
to learn how to use them. This is not like
It's
something
not hard.
this isn't like Google. It's not hard though. No, you just need to get a little email client.
It's
Do
not
you want to
even
get a
needed.
basic explanation of what we got?
Okay. What we
Well, we have a
have
web
is
client, don't we?
yeah, we have a web client. It's client called Zogo. So it's pretty standard. Works very well. You just go to a web page, you log in with your mail account, give in a password, and then you're in. Then you can do normal mailing. I recommend to use the mail client because
Yes.
there's less overhead, so you don't have to transport websites over your connection and just the mails, and you can apply PGP on it because you have the client which handles the
Yes. You're
encryption,
gonna
the
have to do
signing, and the
your
keys.
own encryption though.
Yep.
Um,
So Proton
and we'll
VPN
teach you how to do that.
Proton VPN normally handled that, but um, that's not how PGP normally should work. It's basically you control it,
Right.
or you have to control it, because I don't know. I never really used Proton VPN for PGP mailing. So the issue is you have to tell your mail client encrypt this mail, because I think Proton did not have that. It just tried to figure out automatically if it did.
Mhm.
the idea was like if you encrypt the mail, you basically make the assumption that the other person can decrypt it, so it has the right software, it has your public key, and yeah, and it's willing to decrypt it. I don't know. It's complicated, but like you have to be sure that the other person knows and has the ability to do so. I mean, of course, you can send mails without encryption and just digitally sign them, so they know, okay, it came from that person. And yeah,
Yeah.
so that's the reason why you should have PGP, not only for the encryption thing, also for signing. And to finish that thing, I mean, I gave almost every one of our residents like the normal mails, and then I have a spare domain which is the project mail,
I
the
have to
project
get into
domain where I
that.
can give mail inboxes to multiple people. I mean, it's for the
Yeah, we're
subscribed
getting
audios, right?
really set up.
Well,
Do what?
what else? Um, I need to update that video on PGP, like how to set it up, and then how to set up PGP, and then the test. So basically, I can do 2 or 3 videos alone, and then I need a partner to do that stuff because it's complicated. And basically, maybe I have to do a bonus video for the people which really want to stock up their OPSEC
Yeah.
because
That would probably
Thunder.
be pretty cool. I mean, he's already got one video out there, and I'll have to, like, in hindsight, like on YouTube and stuff, I can link the video,
I
but
need
I'll
to take
also
it
go
down
back
and
and.
redo it with
Oh no.
actual
You gonna
Mad
put
LiberTEA
pictures
party
and
domain.
stuff?
It's
I'm like, with
ish.
pictures.
Which pictures?
Well, that would be really cool. I think that would be very helpful to people.
Yeah. I mean, I
If
just
you
do
want me
like a
to
video
show up and
record how to.
ask stupid people, like stupid people
Oh,
questions, I can do that because I'm really good at it.
oof. What else was the issue? I talk with people like in IT, which work in IT, and they told me the implementation of Thunderbird's PGP client is basically trash because
Oh,
it
great.
stores, as far as I know, PGP keys unencrypted on the hard disk. So it's basically the responsibility of the user to encrypt them or have the entire HED encrypted. I mean, for me, it's no problem because
So, like, I have one thing that I want to ask you while you're
Mhm.
here because people keep fucking asking me this, and I'm like, why don't we just have Deco explain?
Okay,
Why is Swiss security and information safety not as cool as it?
what? Okay, how do I
Why
need
is
to
it not as
understand that
cool as it used to
question?
be? Well, I mean, like, people are
Do you? I feel like
okay. We can totally trust the Swiss neutrality, and they're not gonna send our information. They're not gonna give our information away or anything like that. And I'm like,
okay, because I think it's because of misconceptions in image and actual law. Because first we
yeah,
had
because
some
like your
issues.
information is not as safe as the image would tell you.
We have metadata collecting by our intelligence agency, which was instated, and people had basically voted yes because they're a bunch of fucking boomers. And what else?
Yeah.
We also had last year election about a law where the Fed police could basically send people into home arrest or forbid them to contact people, go to specific places, or leave the country for people starting at the age of 15 without any judicial decision for up to 6 months, and people voted
Like,
yes.
there's a lot of really fucky shit going on over there right now, and like,
I mean,
yeah,
I
it
did
just
not
doesn't make
heard.
me feel as comfortable as it used to.
I mean, I would say misuse did not happen yet, because we basically what
Yet.
Parliament does or what we voted for can easily be torpedoed in 2 years. So we are more
Yeah,
or less
perhaps. And it
quick. No,
hasn't
no,
been
no, not
misused
perhaps, not
yet, but it
perhaps.
could be misused so badly.
Look, the problem is, or like the good thing is, and at Swiss democracy, people can
You
challenge
actually
the
look back at
parliament.
all the Monday episodes, and it's like report that you feel
I hear really bad.
and I can just
You got you have robot voice.
You turn robotic. It's just like robot mic.
Robot mic.
good.
Well,
Someone's
there was an issue, Deco, earlier this year about
Is that any better?
the Swiss
No.
authorities. Yes, Mike. Swiss authorities giving over information from VPN customer to the French authorities, I think, due to some EU and Swiss law.
Oh
That
fuck
was
my life!
recently.
Why do I know? Why does this sound like really legit? Let me check. Which provider was that? Proton.
Proton VPN that had to get up information up. What, Mike? He just went away.
Proton mail logged IP address of French activists after order
Yes,
by
that's
Swiss
it.
authorities.
Yep, that's it. Not Proton VPN, but Proton Mail. Yeah.
Let me.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Why did the Swiss company Proton Inc. or Proton LLC do that? I mean, yeah. But anyway,
widely about.
Can you guys hear me now? Is it better?
it's better, Mike. Yes.
Oh, good. My battery is getting low. I do not know how much longer I can do this shit.
Okay.
So we may
We
try to like wind it up.
question:
But
can you
guys,
nominate admins? Because how do we hang up?
I don't
you're
know. We should probably try and do some like winding down so that I can shut it down, and
Yeah, I
we'll
guess
do
what
some
you
more
can
of
do is
these.
wrap it up.
Yeah, we're going to be doing more of this more often. There's going to be a lot more opportunities for me to pop in and say some stuff and do some uploads, and the guys are going to be doing the same thing as well. And while we're, working to try and get the new boat and stuff like that, we're definitely still going to be mobile and doing all the same things we were doing prior to this trip as well. So, like, you can be sure that we're going to be doing all of that stuff and everything. There's just kids running up and down the road. It's enchanting.
No running.
But I promise you this, that we're not done yet, and we planning on going back and getting another boat and going right the fuck back out there, because like Deco's legs are sexy, and I can't
I just
not,
want to do weird stuff
and I
again.
can't not the legs that launched 1,000 ships or one really gay boat.
I really miss the ship because I can do lots of weird stuff during I mean, you remember the tit toga?
I know. I showed that to Dan too. I was like, "Look at this," and he was like,
I think
"Oh."
I was in show with Dan.
Yes, you
Was I?
did one day pop up in there. I think you did. I think you did in a little while, but I think so.
Oh damn!
There's a lot of interviews and stuff that I want to
K-
set up and things of that nature. And if
I
I
mean,
get my way while we're making our way through California, I might be able to do some of them in person.
I will. I will donate
We'll
$100
see.
to the Libertarian Party if Jojo will do Tit Toga.
You don't donate to the Libertarian Party. Just
I
donate
mean,
to your local libertarians.
my local libertarians are a bunch of shitheads.
Their
Hey, I'm
state
not
their
saying your
status.
local
Yeah.
party. Their
Huh?
status lights. But
I
we
mean,
love
Okay,
our
fair enough.
slightly
I
status brothers.
no, I basically, I mean, at this point, what they did, I'm more or less like in the position of fuck you and your shit. I don't know. They want just they basically went like yay government and no wait, how was that? They wanted, they were for a law which allowed companies to create identity cards for computers. So basically, users can buy stuff and provide some sort of identity. For example, if you want to buy alcohol online, or tobacco, or guns, or to want to do online gambling, and you want to somehow show identity over some kind of device of every possible kind, but to obtain such a device, you had to fill out a form, and that form was first sent to the government to check if the identity is real and not some fake data, and then they give it a go to ship the device. It was like, oh yeah, it's a new market. It's like, it's a government forced market, whatever. Fuck you.
Oof.
I was like, that's not that capitalism I want. The capitalism I want is fucking black and good. And
I see a
I
white
don't know.
market and I want to paint it black.
Oh
Oh, that was
yes,
horrible. Just throw me
I
out.
s-
That was bad.
I
I'm
see.
sorry, y'all.
Uh, I see a
uh,
line of
I see
dealers,
the
and I
white
want them
market and I
painted
want to burn it
black.
down.
That's not how
Now we're gonna just like make really bad parodies no one wants to hear.
yeah. I see the hose walk by on the legalized red light district.
Well,
I
there's a
see
bunch
one
of
bar
really cool
remaining on
shit.
Mike's phone, which is about to go black.
And
Yeah,
now
and basically, we have a lot of really cool shit. I'm gonna do more regular pop-in episodes and let you guys know what's going on and what's coming up and all this other stuff. And if you continue to watch our social media, I'm going to continue to update there as well with like tours and cool stuff like that along the way. Um, and yeah, I mean, like literally physically beaten, but we're kind of down, but we're not out, and we're just gonna pick ourselves up and go back and start again because that's what you do. This is no time for us to just be laying around, I guess. Of course, with the season as it is, it's kind of dangerous to do that. So, no, um, I look forward to seeing you guys all really, really, really soon. And we're gonna get back to more regularly scheduled stuff in the future. It's probably erratic and random for a little while, though. Please bear with
That's
us. We
okay.
fucking love you guys, and thank you for all the support.
Yeah. Peace.
And it was great to be back on screen with you guys again. Please take care of yourself there and hop in our social media, getting our links below. If you want to help support us, our Cointree link is down there. Our PayPal is at Mad LiberTEA Party, and you can cash out us at $sign Mike Bobby MLP. Um, until then, until we see you guys next time, stay safety and don't trade that freedom for safety. It's a complete lie. And when it's hard out here, it's worth it. And we're gonna all keep doing it. Not just us. You guys, right? See you soon. I can't find the button. I'm trapped.
Find the button, Mike. It's called leave.
My internet is weird. I mean, my phone.
You're still alive, Mike. You're still alive.